Welcome to another live episode of 876-411, the live Jamaican pop culture and entertainment review show right here on Google Hangouts. I am Marc Brown, and I am bringing to you episode 12 of this great show here. And today we're going to do an album review, a review of Tessanne Chin's new album, the major label debut that everybody has been waiting for. Count on My Love. I'm going to give you the full rundown on it. I listen to the album from top to bottom. And I'm going to give you my thoughts about that, about the sales of the album, which reportedly didn't do so well. And I'm also going to talk about the Miss Jamaica World controversy, which happened last weekend. Of course, Laurie-Ann Chin will be representing us in London at the next Miss World pageant, but there was so much talk about, her winning and the controversy over her winning and, so many things to get into with that. But first off, I'm going to start with the Tessanne album review. So, as I say, on Thursday, support the thing, of course, we are buy the album from long time, buy the songs then from long time from when she was on The Voice, so we decided to take up the album as well. So, we go on it. But support the thing, of course, because I don't know, say, Tessanne rep us on another level, so we have to give back the support. Not just when she win the competition, but afterwards. You see what I say? Any project we share do. So, we get the album, we get the vibe, like, yeah, we finally about to listen to this thing. It came out on July 1st. And we'll talk a little bit more about commercial later because a lot of people online were saying that they never get the album. They never know the album will come out on July 1st. No. So we get the album, and to my surprise, it was only 10 tracks. You know what I mean? It's like just more than an EP, less than a normal album would have. So I was first of all surprised I only got 10 tracks. I was expecting a lot more, you understand? Maybe not a lot more, maybe like 13 or 14, you understand? So we get the album, Zine, and we're listening from top to bottom. The singles where she released, like Tumbling Down, which was written by Ryan Tedder, the lead man for the pop group One Republic. She also gave out the single Everything Reminds Me of You. She performed during a cameo of The Voice back in a few months ago during season 6. So we heard those songs first, then the title track of the album, Count on My Love. I'm listening to this album, and after about, say, 30 odd minutes, about 38 minutes, when this album is done, I kind of leave with this, meh kind of vibe. And I don't say that as a slight on Tessanne. To me, Tessanne did everything that she possibly could as far as her vocals and everything on this album was concerned. I mean, we don't need to do Tessanne voice. Tessanne voice shot. You understand? One of the best voices come out of Jamaica. So when you say, when a Tessanne album or a song or anything come out for her, you don't know, say, she put her vocals and her all into that. But I feel like the reason why I say I came out with a meh feeling was because I felt like the production let her down. I'm going to be very honest with you. Half of the songs, the beats on the songs, them either were overbearing or they just plain never cut it. You understand? They suck as far as I am concerned. So, alright, look for an example. Look on the last album. Sorry, the last single on the album. I actually have it in front of me. One Step Closer, for example. You look on a song like that, and the first thing when you hear it, it kind of reminds you, it's like a techno song. It's like one of them songs when you go into one of the clubs up here. You see what I say? It feels like a techno kind of vibe, and she just throw in patois. And this is something that, you see throughout the album where there's certain beats that she get, and so she try to put the Jamaican vibe, the island swag on it. And it's like, it don't mesh, like, it just don't do the lyrics of the song or her vocals any good. I mean, you listen to that song in particular, it just doesn't fit her style. You know what I mean? And other songs on the album, like for instance, Always Tomorrow. Always Tomorrow, the lyrics on the song are decent, but then when you look on, say, the rhythm, and it just sounds like it's trying to overpower, but like the vocals and the beat of the song are the battle with each other. They war each other. You understand? And it sounds like it's almost like she's not really getting a chance to show her full, her grade A voice, and it stand out. It's like they're having a one-on-one. So to me, I mean, the beats on this album, especially for those two songs, were far from what I would expect from a Tessanne Chin project, because Tessanne Chin for me is best at mixing rock and roll with reggae. Remember, this is a girl who come from Mile High. She come from a rock band. You understand? She come from them beginnings there and learn how to mix the rock and roll with the reggae. And when you listen to the album, even listen to the two singles that we tell you about, Tumbling Down and Everything Reminds Me of You. Don't they sound totally pop to you? Like, the instrumentals are nice. I like the instrumentals on those songs. They're decent, but the vibe of the song, I mean, it's like very much pop related. And yes, she did her share of pop and did it well on the voice. But it almost feels like this album is going fully pop. Like it's going all in that direction where we say, where the people on the album say at Republic Records, where she is, by the Republic Records is a subdivision of Universal Music Group. You understand? They have people like Dre, Junior Gang, Lord, and people like that who are signed to the label. Zine? So, and the Cassidy Pope also, who is a former voice winner. So, it's like they almost look upon the thing and say, we can really turn you into a great pop singer. We'll see what you could do on the voice, but we try and do this with the album where we do what you did on the voice times 10. You understand what I mean? I said the entire album sounds like a pop album, except for one song, which I'll get into a moment. But as far as I see it, like I listen to songs like I Heart You. And this is another thing I think later down, the writing. That song was written by Dan Warren, who is a very, very accomplished producer, songwriter, award-winning songwriter. And I listened to that song, and it's almost like, that don't sound like her. You understand? It don't sound like the authentic Tessanne that we know, where we know, say, she put every bit, like the lyrics and, the flow of the song just sound perfect. You understand? Like everything just you see me? And we listen to this song, and the instrumental is decent, but the lyrics are just kind of simplistic. That didn't feel like her. That didn't feel like her. Like she have her stamp all over the song. See? So I listened half of this album, and I have to be honest, it just doesn't sound like the real Tessanne. The real Tessanne know how to, as I said, mesh the two genres where she know best, put her island swag in it, but also relate to a lot of the middle American sound probably is a shallow way of putting it, but the rock and roll sound, the punk rock sound, them thing there. She have the look, the feel for it and everything. So that's what I was expecting from the album as far as I'm concerned. No, Back to Heaven Knows, to me, that is the best song on the album. That is track number 8 on the album. That's the best song on the album because it combines those very elements. You put a little bit of reggae, little bit of rock and roll, little bit of pop, have the instrumentals just flow well with the lyrics. You see what I'm saying? Like them now do battle with each other, them do like this, in sync with each other. Right? You see what I'm saying? Parallel. And that's what I love about that song. That song is a very inspirational song. And I thought, I would hear more of that on this album than we ended up getting. So you look on that. I also like People Change. People Change is a very good song. A lot of the album was themed mostly around love and heartbreak. It's called Count on My Love, so it's not that surprising. But a lot of it was themed around that and just trying to inspire people, which he's very good at doing. And I really like that song. I thought that song really embodied her spirit, her personality, because having met her before, she's very much what she sings in her songs, and I think that she is, that she embodied that on that song. I also like Lifeline. I thought that was the beat was a little overbearing, but I thought again in sync with her vocals. There was clarity there as well. I like that song very much. But overall, I'll be honest. I liked it from the standpoint that she gave her all on the songs then, and that she went out there and she made sure that you know people got the same Tessanne that they heard on the voice. Problem was, when you're coming out, after your first, after you win a big talent show like that, they don't necessarily want to hear what you did on the voice. They want to hear you take that next step. And how they should have had her take her next step, the label and everything like that was have her be in her natural form. You understand? Have her sing in the style, with the beats and stuff that are more her being, her personality, which people look at because during the voice, people did see Tessanne Chin and love her. Why? Because she have that reggae swag to her where she can sing anything where you want, anything where any genre, pop, alternative, rock and roll, anything where you want, and to make it sound good. But she put her little essence of our country with on the songs and make them sound authentic, make them sound like, yeah, you know what I mean? And people loved it. People say, oh, this girl can sing. And not only can she sing, she can bring her own, she can bring herself into the songs them, where she comes from into the songs them. And people appreciate that. They appreciate that multicultural vibe with many of the songs that she sings. But on this album, it felt like they were trying to push her in one direction. And to me, that only dilutes what she can offer. And, overall, I would say I would give it maybe a solid B for everything as far as, when you combine all those elements, the songs, the beats, etc. But I thought that, there would have been more, where they cater to what she brings to the table and push that out there, where she's multidimensional, but have her show you why she won the voice, because she won the voice because she put a little bit of herself. She was able to adjust to every single song or situation she was put in, and then when they put her out there, you get the whole package. I don't think we got the total package from this album. As many decent songs as there were on it, I don't think we got the full thing. So yeah, so a lot of the producers and the writers on this, you had Chuck Harmony, you had Claude Kelly, you had Super Dupes, you had Brian Tedder, as I mentioned earlier. So it's not like she didn't come into it with a good stacked group of producers and songwriters, but I don't really think that it's like them sit down and them say, them kind of look at it in maybe one direction or so. And I thought that they should have done much more than that because she has so much potential, to reach out to different aspects of the music. You understand? But do it in a way in which it doesn't, abandon from her roots. You know what I mean? Like a crossover thing. Like how Shaggy did do it, like how Sean Paul did do it, like how Damian Marley did do it. Even though she's not the same as those guys, but in that sense, you know what I mean, where you don't take the roots out of the music. And I think that is where this album didn't go. But overall, I found it decent, but I know that there was something missing. As soon as I finished the album, there's something missing from it. And I think that was the thing that was missing from it. I was expecting more reggae fusion and more of that. So overall, good works on it. However, I was saying to a couple of friends of mine when we did look on when they done with the album and when they listen to the album, and when I said to them, say we can see why it never sell that much, because if you didn't hear, last week the sales figures came out for the album and it sold around 7,000 copies. So that put it on around number 41 on the Billboard charts. About 5,000 of those copies were sold digitally. You understand? Because iTunes and the whole bit. But the others were, from what reports showed, Jamaica Observer and others, they were sold in Walmart stores. Now I can tell you, as somebody who live up here in near a Walmart, say music is not the high thing on the list. Probably the biggest things what people go Walmart for is clothes, cheap clothes and cheap food. They don't necessarily go for music. That go up on the totem pole. You understand? And the thing was, the promotion leading up to the album, I think, was a problem. Like, right after the voice show was all over the place. The Night Show, Good Morning America, Access Hollywood, performing left, right, and center. Isn't that say she had the Shaggy and Friends show? She was all over the place. And she's currently touring, by the way. She's on the Voice tour, and she'll be performing tonight at Reggae Sumfest. So she's all over the place. But as the weeks leading up, we didn't really hear to that. So that's why when I saw people on the internet saying, we just hear the album come out, and it's like a week after July 1st, an album come out. I'm like, what? You never know the album come out, but and I saw a critique when I was reading up on the album earlier, where a Yahoo Music critiquer said that unless you follow her on Twitter, you probably had no idea she released her post-voice album, Count on My Love, today. Yes, today, July 1. And that's true. Like, a lot of people surprisingly didn't know this came out. So I wonder what the promotional strategy was. Why would you just have it with no Walmart? Like, diversify the thing. Isn't it what I'm saying? Push it out and make the people them see it. I mean, I know people don't buy CDs as much as they used to because the internet, you can rip everything and read. But still, at least, diversify the thing, put it in more stores, put it in more places where people can, more people where music is higher on the list. Whether music stores are stores which prioritize music. So for me, the promotion wasn't really there, right? And that was the lowest sales total, first week sales total for a voice winner ever, and it's about 3,000 less than the second lowest, which was the first winner of the voice, Javier Colon, who sold around 10,000 or just under 10,000 copies of his self-titled debut. Cassidy Pope, as I mentioned earlier, she sold around 40,000. Daniel Bradbury sold just under 50,000 her first week, so that's a big drop off. You understand? So I think the promotion for this album could have been done a lot better. So overall, I think, while it's disappointing, the sales figures, I do think that you will get some quality from listening to this album, but also I think they could have done a lot better strategizing how to push her out there and maximize her potential as an artist, and also as somebody that's relatable to the people. All the nonsense you hear from some of the people them. I mean, you heard some people say, oh, because she married, she don't have no sex appeal. That is foolishness. You understand? I'm hear other things like that, like saying like she doesn't have more personality. She has a great personality. She's a fantastic person. I've met her, I've interviewed her. She is a fantastic person with plenty of that perky, spunky personality. But I don't think they made great use of her assets. And I think for the next project or the next songs that she come out with, they need to find a way to accentuate that to the people them see what they saw before the voice and during the voice. What we're seeing now isn't really what we should be seeing from Tessanne Chin, as far as I'm concerned. Now, to the second topic, which is about Miss Jamaica World. Now, usually I don't really pay attention to them thing here. I only watch the pageants them every now and again. But I found this very interesting. Now, as you know, or some of you know, Laurie-Ann was the winner of the Miss Jamaica World 2014 pageant last weekend at the Montego Bay Convention Center. She will be representing us in England in December, I believe, for the Miss World pageant. Now, there was a lot of controversy going on with this thing because when she won, there were a lot of boos and there's mourning from the crowd. Most of the crowd was in favor of Kimberly Webb, who is a Montego Bay native, so maybe the home cooking thing, they didn't want them homegrown girl away. And she finished third, by the way. But a lot of the controversy also surrounded because of, the ethnicity. Now, Laurie-Ann is mixed, but very much Jamaican. And a lot of people said, oh, another brown girl win the thing. Why can't a black girl win? And she's not really Jamaican. So why we keep sending these non-Jamaican girls out there? I saw some really bad critiques. There was a column I read a few days ago And these are some of the responses that some people they come up with on the net. Chinese again, I'm going to rename Jamaica Little China. First, the vice winner Tessanne, Goat Island, and now Miss Jamaica. Who are these people from China? For some reason, they do not remind me of Jamaica. They remind me of Asian. Just saying. Where is the young black woman? What happened to Jamaica black girl? They're not good enough by the mixed breed. You know, some very, very, you know, bad mind comments that me see out there on the internet. No. Let me make one thing clear. No. I can understand the whole the critique from a lot of people where say black women, dark women do not get enough recognition for these beauty pageants. Them and then the one with the curves and everything, because there's a certain type that they look for in these competitions. And I've always felt that, you know, it should definitely be treated, you know, equally in these competitions, just because black is beautiful in every way, whether you be brown and black, whether you be dark and black. You know, there's different forms of black, you understand? But darker women, I believe, should definitely get more recognition, because I think ever since Lisa Hanna won Miss World back in '93, and then Yendi Phillips came along, I think there's this obsession from a lot of people who judge these things, who critique these things way more than I do, that they want to find somebody with that worldly look, that kind of mix. Laurie-Ann Chin, you know, with the Chinese comments that you hear me just read, you know, them say, oh, she's Asian and whatever. I think they look on it because Lisa Hanna has that kind of Indian look. You know, Yendi Phillips has that worldly look. So they look at these women and they say, you know, we try to replicate them by sending these women who are of these different nationalities to these contests, these Miss World, Miss Universe contests, because, you know, people will more relate to them. They're not going to really vote for a black girl and Riri and all them, something there. You understand? So I can understand that, because I think dark women, and I'm very attracted to dark women. I have a weakness for dark women. Most of my friends can tell me that. You understand? I find dark chocolate the most beautiful form of chocolate there is. But that don't mean me discriminate. I love brown girl, I love Chinese, I love every form of girl. You understand? But I think black women definitely should get more recognition. But where we cross the line though is when we start calling her, oh, she's not Jamaican, she's not a true Jamaican. There was a reason why out of many one people matter was made enough people. Because we have people from all up, all both, black, white Jamaican, Chinese Jamaican, Indian Jamaican. There was a great point in the article, by the way, that I read from. That's from jablogs.com. It was also pointed out how we love to call all Indians Sing and all Asian people Chinese. And I think there is a deeper issue to this. We have our prejudices. We're guilty of our own prejudices. Prejudices where if you come up here and say some of them things that people will slap you or look at it the wrong way. Really look at it the wrong way. You can't get away with them stuff here. So. But down there, we have a stereotype where, you know, there's a certain look that you have to have in order to achieve success in a life, or, you know, because them don't look dark like everybody else. Them not Jamaican. That is foolishness. We really need to stop stereotyping each other. You understand? And think say this person should be in this section and this person should be in this section. That is nonsense. We need to really get out of that mentality. Laurie-Ann Chin is very much as Jamaican as the rest of us all over the world, and I will tell you, she will do a fine job, I believe, in the Miss World competition. So we should just throw our weight behind her, wish her the best, and hope that she does well. Yes, darker women deserve much more respect because we haven't seen many dark women. And here's the irony about this whole thing. Laurie-Ann Chin is actually a little bit darker than Kimberly Webb. So that's why I didn't really get the racial or the ethnicity thing at first. But when I saw the two ladies, I'm like, okay, like, why is this argument being made? But it's just the prejudices that exist within a lot of us that I think we need to cut out and things. So let's throw our support behind the girl and hope that she do well and represent it well like many others have in the past. Is it not? Yes, so this has been another episode of 876-411. I will post the iTunes link for Tessanne's album underneath this video. You can also find it on YouTube because you know I have a funny way of posting these things on YouTube right after they come out. So yeah, man, check out the album, support the thing. You know what I say? Get the bias up a little bit for Tessanne. I don't know because she's a good artist, and even though there are certain things on the album that won't really catch your eye, it's still worth a listen. Definitely worth a listen. Um, and check out my upcoming Reggae Sumfest column. I'll be writing a review on Reggae Sumfest. Of course, tonight is International Night 2, where you'll see Tessanne perform and a bevy of others. So check out that column and also look out for my other column as well, the top 10 performers in Jamaican music and dancehall reggae music today. So look out for that on dancehallusa.com. Zine, so I'll be off for a couple of weeks. I've gone on vacation, but I'll be back here again to start the next month ahead of Independence Day. So from now, wishing you a happy holiday period, happy Emancipation Day, and I will see you soon. Peace.